Hello and welcome to All Talk No Dice, the worst excuse for a D&D show you can find online. Before we get into things, we did have a new follower a few days ago when we weren't live. So Scott Burrow, thank you very much for following, and we hope you're enjoying the show. Now, from last we left off, the Companions of Fate squared away a few dealings before moving along and heading south. Soon after you all left Eric's bunker, Theron inspired a young stable hand with a dream, and with the aid of Gerald and after expertly dealing with his abusive jackass of a father, you all bundled onto the carriage after Tara did some mending spot welds and you headed south. As you travelled along the Gunda Pass Road, you all took some time to use the spyglass and powder to identify and then attune to some new items that you had grabbed from Sierra, all while Theron continued to draw up his Firearm Mechanics for Dummies book. Only a few hours into your journey, and about 14 miles along the Gunda Pass, the sand began to move on its own as the breeze began to falter. And as your eyes begin to dart around the vast expanse of golden sands around you, you begin to see humanoid creatures grow out of the sand and begin to slash at you in your transport. Now, after the Sandgeist have taken out one pony, continuing to ambush you all as Gerald steers the carriage away from the conflict and Terra shifts into a form of a warhorse to go back and aid Rayloff to pick him up and take him away. Then, the landscape shifts once more and a giant hand of sand rises up, grabbing the carriage and Theron at the same time. And just as Terra is about to act, the hand begins to raise up Theron. A face formed inside one of the fingers of the hand and gave you one word to answer your call for peace, before the colossal hand began to hurl downwards with a thunderous speed. Just... And this is where we pick it up. So, as the initiative picks up, we have Terra. If I can find my initiative. There it is. Okay, so Terra is going, and then it is the Geist's turn.
Okay, she is going to, of course, Rail's going to have to follow with this, run down here towards this Geist here, and it's just going to dig in the front hooves into the sand. It's going to spin and just back kick hoof attack onto this Geist.
Okay, go for it.
Right. Dear. 16 plus 4, 22, 20 hit.
Yeah, 20 does hit. Roll for damage for me, please.
I don't need roll anything to stay on, do I?
No, you're fine.
That is 8 bludgeoning damage.
Okay, 8. And which cast was that to?
This one here. Sorry, yeah, that one there.
Theron, your cam's gone again.
Yeah, no, I'm trying to sort it out now, sorry.
That's alright. Which one? This one?
Yes.
Okay, you instantly see. Also, for anyone who's watching the stream, the cams will swap if someone's cam's deactivated, so ignore that for now. You turn and back kick, and you just feel the force of sand against the hooves before it gives away, and the guy just drops to sand and nothing.
And then using the remaining movement there, what's it, 60 foot? So yeah, she will then move across to here.
Okay.
So, of course, if someone could move Tara for me, please.
Yeah. I'll just put it just overlapping there with you.
Nice.
Awesome. Okay. It's the Sandgeist's turns. So, as you back kick and then leave, Rayloff, you turn just as you kind of sidle up by this large sand hand. The hand itself is about 12 feet from thumb knuckle to the first pinky knuckle. It's a colossal hand that's just looming over with the carriage and with Theron inside as well. You turn and you notice the Geists. The sand begins to shift again, and those cylinders just reappear as the sand crumbles away, leaving more geists to appear around all of you. Now, this one geist is going to, or these two geists are going to head to you, Rayloff and Terra. One is going to dash to you, Gerald, up at the top there, and this one is just going to try and run into the action. Where
did that one dash?
This one,
Where did
right
this one
into the
go?
center, and then the one went up top right to Gerald, who is at the top corner of the map.
Did it go past me at all?
No, that one didn't. No, it went from around where the carriage was up to him.
Yeah.
Or past there.
I was looking. I was looking away from the map for a second.
Okay, no problem. So the one that dashes up to you, Gerald, you just you see it again like a chess piece, just and just glide while standing completely still, almost like a statue. And as it gets to you, it just winds back, and you see some of the sand just shift and fall off as it moves, almost like dust off of an old puppet. And you see the dust, the sand just shift off as it moves, and you just see it hold its blade there, mainly because it used its action to dash and can't attack. For the two that side up to Rayloff and Terra, for both of you, it's going to each of those are going to take one attack against each of you. So first one to you, Rayloff, as you see the geist just.
I'm going. Oh, sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, as it just looks to you and it slashes across.
Okay.
Natural one. Just completely wide. The blade that hits you, but there's just not enough force, and you notice the magic of these guys almost faltering slightly as the sword didn't stay as sharp as the ones before, and it just crumbles across as it hits across your arm, and just an array of sand just across you. The second one going for Terra as the warhorse just slashes as well.
I will use my reaction to.
Sentinel.
Actually, no. I'll save my reaction for. I'll save my reaction. Oh, actually, no, I can't. Yeah, I'll use the reaction, but I can't use it for the hand. It's
Okay.
too far away.
All right. And you see as it rolls a non-natural 20 to hit.
That hits.
Slashes into Terra as the warhorse, and she takes 10 points of slashing damage. You notice just after those attacks, the geists, they still stand firm, and you notice the ones that have attacked, and the sand sword blades are broken off, whereas where originally you would start seeing them begin to reanimate and regrow, these ones just stand there with the handle of the sword and nothing else happening.
It's 23 to hit, by the way.
23 does hit. Roll for damage for me. Also, Gerald,
15
Yes.
slashing damage.
Terra says in wild shape, as a bonus action, you can use Balm of the Summer Court.
Ah, thank you.
How much damage was that, sorry?
15.
15, yeah. As you just swing your halberd, the geist just crumbles underneath you and Tara as the warhorse. And just as you finish that slash, you hear behind you as that colossal hand slams down hard on the carriage and Theron as well. So Theron, with you being incapacitated, you aren't going to be able to get away from this damage for the crushing damage. So I'll do the damage, and then we'll see what the cart and Theron are like after.
Here's for the suspense.
Okay, so both the cart and Theron take 25 points of crushing damage, of bludgeoning damage. As Theron, as you feel your body just get tighter, and a shock through your back as you are just slammed to the ground. You feel the wood beneath you just crumble and break. Everyone else, as you can see, the cart, the main structure and bed of it is just squished. All those spot welds just snap over the wood. Two of the wheels just instantly turn to nothing as the hand completes the slam. Theron, just in this moment, as you feel the wind is taken out of you and
I'm on 9%. I mean 9 HP. Yeah.
And you still feel that your body is just almost glued to the hand and the cart behind you, and just as you you see hot white flashes as the pain racks through your body and you're gasping for breath. And as you look, you see in the palm just below the middle finger, the sand pushes out and reforms inside the hand as a blank humanoid face. And you notice the face almost pushes out slightly more, revealing pointed, sharp ears and a narrow, pointed jaw. And as it looks at you, you just see, as you're catching your breath, you just hear a very faint, "You look like..." Start of the round. Rayloff, you are up. What would you like to do?
Yeah, I'm just gonna hit the big hand twice.
Okay,
I'll
right.
also use my bonus action to hit it with the scimitar.
Okay, go for it. Roll those 2 attacks for me with, if I can get it, with Gerald, you're on deck after Rayloff. And then Theron.
Okay. That was not good rolls. So first attack was 25.
That does hit.
Second attack with the halberd is 10.
10 doesn't hit, unfortunately. So the first one, as you swing, it strikes true and cuts deep into the back of the hand. As the second strike, as you come by, you notice the sand almost and just meld together and become more like a brick against your attack. But roll for damage for that first one for me. And Gerald, you're on deck.
And that's 9 slashing damage.
9 slashing damage. You notice as you cut deep, you notice where the sand began to kind of fuse together and firm up for the attack as a brick, like on the second attack. This attempt faltered instantly as your halberd dug in deep and just almost picked out a fairly large chunk about the size of your head of firm brick sand, and as it drops to the ground, it just instantly softens up and turns back to golden sand. Do you want to move anywhere? And it will be, if you want to move independently, then it'd be getting off of the warhorse.
No, I'll stay on for now.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, it was 10 for the scimitar. It wasn't the best.
That's all right, no problem.
I will
good turn,
move the scimitar. Yeah. Well, they have to be there, wouldn't it? So yeah, I'll move it there.
Okay, you look to the scimitar and it instantly just glides over to the unoccupied space, and ready for the next load of attacks. Gerald, you're up. What would you like to do?
I was good to reach into little component pouch, just go to grab out you nuts. He then just smashes them against Ella's door and then just flings the debris off. And Osuna goes, wait, is that the best sandcastle in the galaxy over there? And is going to cast confusion upon, so this is a 10-foot radius around here, so it'll hit the hand and this Geist here.
Okay.
Assuming that they're both creatures.
Alright. So,
This is a wisdom saving throw.
wisdom save. Okay. Alright, let me, wisdom save.
Yes.
It's 26
Saves.
for the hand.
Huh.
And for the Geist, it is not a creature.
There we go. So yeah, that ends that part. Get rid of that. Can I actually do anything else with this? You know what? Yep, we're gonna bonus action to tumble. Yeah, we'll tumble forward past the guys always. So we'll go 5 foot that way,
Okay.
and then we are then going to move. How far can I go there? Yep, we are moving all the way over here
Okay.
afterwards.
Okay. So,
He's sprinting away.
so Gerald, you release this spell, and frustrated as it doesn't take hold on the hand and finding the Geist just unmoving and not reacting whatsoever, you flip and tumble past the Geist. You do notice just in your peripheral, as you begin to lunge and dive to do almost like a somersault away, you notice the Geist is unmoving. It doesn't look to you, it doesn't follow you, it just stands facing where you last were.
Okay.
Yeah, you land on the sand and you just sprint and hurl yourself to the other side of the battlefield, to the other side of the Gunderpass roadway that is now swallowed up in sand. Awesome. Theron, you are up. What would you like to do? You are completely sandwiched, and the last thing you saw was that face speak to you again.
Yeah. Is the face still there or gone?
The face is still there.
Oh, okay. And I'll just be like, give me a second, sand friend. I'm struggling to breathe here. Did you say I looked like someone, or am I mistaken?
And as you see the face in the hand just like twist slightly to look to you, you notice some of the sand just like drips off. But you notice the face itself is complete sand.
Yeah.
Just from your passive perception, there's no like physical humanoid face behind it. It is just an amalgamation of arcane. But you do notice as it twists, you notice these long eyebrows that stick up to this and out to the sides, past the side of the face. Very sharp features as it looks to you, confused.
What? Why are you confused? You're looking rather confused to me. Come on, let's converse while I'm trying to get my breath.
Roll a persuasion check for me.
Oh,
And I'll say, yeah, roll with advantage.
Ooh. 16.
16. You feel the pressure of the hand loosen slightly, and instantly you feel like pressure relieved for a second.
Thank you. Can we converse at least before you choose or not choose to destroy us?
And you're saying that just as you hear like Gerald leaping, and you hear Rayloff slashing towards one of the Geists, and you all your ears are filled with is the creak of broken wood bit like underneath you, and just slight bits of breeze as it whistles past you, and the drops of just. There's no thud when these Geists are destroyed. It is just a faint, almost like pouring a bucket of sand onto sand. But just as you just as you say all that, it is Tara's turn. Tara, what would you like to do?
She's going to use her bonus action to use actual Balm of the Summer Court.
Okay.
And she will do. Alright. As bonus action, spending dice on employee, restore HP. The creature also gains 1. Okay. So we'll do 2d6 can be used onto Theron.
Okay.
Onto there.
Do you roll them or do I roll?
Tara rolls.
Problem there. That's 7 points of healing, and you also gain 2 temporary HP.
I will take anything.
And then in terms of actions, I'm going to say ready the action to allow Rayloff to control the movement.
Okay. All right, so I'll say because it's a weird action to ready. I do get what you mean. So I'll say if Rayloff decides to give you a slight little like nudge in the ribs to move, then we'll say that Rayloff does control the movement of himself on top of Tara as the warhorse.
And then you would gain 60 foot of movement, Rayloff, for that if you decide to go for that.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else you want to do, Tara?
With that, no, I don't think she can now. No.
Okay. All right. So with that, you notice the Geists as the Geists do reappear. And just almost not echolocation, but where you are sensed to be, you notice these columns just rise again, crumble away with the Geists staring at you, Gerald. And same with you, Rayloff and Tara, and Theron. One is moved right next to the cart. You don't really hear much of anything or any indication, but you just hear that slight shift in the sand of one of the guys approaching you. And just in that moment, Gerald, you see the guys just staring at you, and as it raises up, you notice the hand just open, and the sword just disappears as it quickly just shifts to, and it just stays at this like almost submissive position.
Okay.
Rayloff, you notice as you look below Tara, as you're raising the halberd and getting ready to swing, you see the gas in front of you, the sword dissipates and falls to nothing but sand as it again stops and changes into this almost respectful position. And you notice, as you look across the battlefield, you notice all of the Geists almost in unison drop their swords and stand to attention.
Okay.
Theron, you notice the face just is still leaning into you.
I'm just intently staring at it back. Come, let's converse. If you want to destroy us after, no harm, no foul.
You will come to me.
Okay.
And you see the face just sink back into the hand, forming up just as the normal colossal hand. And you see the hand, as it's still over you, it just begins to just, almost as if like you're under a building doing an earthquake, you see bits of sand just begin to fall onto you. And
I just thought it like...
yeah, and all you feel in a moment is a weird pressure of as all the sand from this hand just begins to drain out of the palm and lose its shape, and it just begins to swallow you up in the sand, leaving your face open but covering some of the cart and you in sand, as all of the rest of you notice the hand just crumbles to nothing. And you notice the Geists as well, just and all begin to crumble down to sand and nothing.
Sort of trying, or am I totally?
You can move out. You're still kind of on the cart, on the carriage.
Yeah.
But just a little bit of pressure of the sand on you and around you.
Yeah. I'll just start making way to just get up and press to digitize myself.
Yeah. As soon as you kind of crawl out, and you clean yourself up, back to presentary status. But all of you are left now just along the Gunda Pass, as the sand itself as well just almost like parting the Red Sea of sand, showing the cobblestone roadway again between the small sand hills on either side.
I'm definitely going to skid off down and go over to Theron. What did you do? Some kind of magic?
No, I think my persuasive charm actually worked. All I want to do was converse with him.
You notice Rayloff under you. The warhorse just kind of like you see her head just snap to the cart and raise up, and as she does, you kind of just slide onto your butt off the horse into the sand, and you just see the horse gallop over to the cart, and just as it reaches the cart, you see the form turn back to Tara, and she just drops to her knees, holding onto the cart, and you just hear her just in the center of all of you, "My cart!"
You can mend it. It's fine.
It took so long. And
Yeah, don't worry. I'm fine.
you just see her face turn to you, not tearing up, but just frustrated. "Look at the cart!"
Nothing we can do about it now.
It's going to take a while to fix.
Yeah, pretty much. And me.
He'll be okay.
Yeah, because I'm less important than a cart.
And all of you hear the one of the sandy hills. Just you see the sand begin to shift and fall downwards off of one of the hills of the inclines, and you see a circular hatch just show, or a circular like trap door, just almost pressed into this small incline of a sandy hill.
I'll just turn to everyone and be like, he did say I should go and meet him in person. I don't know whether that... Oh, well. The features looked... Well, I don't know. It was made out of sand, so it could be either or, really. I wasn't really focusing too hard with me catching my breath and all, but he or she, or it, said I should meet them in person, but I don't know if that invitation extends to you lot or not. I gather so, considering the Sand people have stepped down. Let's be honest.
Did we actually hear any of the voice in this? Or did it mainly stick towards Theron?
With everything going on, and because of the close proximity from the face to Theron, and it not being like a full, conversation when everything stopped, you didn't catch any voice or any murmurs.
Yeah. It was a hand. Of course it was in it.
Well, it seems a bit daft for it to have you like that and then let us escape. Just to.
Well, to be fair, he could have absolutely destroyed us. Let's be honest about it.
He did. He destroyed the cart.
Exactly.
Look
Tara,
at it.
Exactly.
Oh, he's going to have to pay for the
carried on.
cart. He's going to have to pay. That's it.
We didn't pay for the cart.
Exactly. We're not paying for it. We'll get everyone else to pay for it.
Tara,
God.
Tara,
How are we
Tara.
going to get anywhere?
Tara. You can control
What?
sand. Okay, calm down. You can. Have we still got those sand gliders?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we're friendly with him and everything goes well, maybe he can push the sand gliders a bit faster than usual. You know what I mean? I'm just
Okay.
putting it out there.
Okay. You
It's an
talk to
option.
him. I'm going to start mending the cart.
Are you staying here then, Tara?
I'll come in for a bit.
Okay, let's go, guys. I was going to.
I will,
comment
as
on-
Theron goes past, I will sort of pat him on the side.
Ah!
And just offer my water skin.
Yeah, I'll take a swig if I don't choke.
It's refreshing. You do feel some bits of sand between your teeth as you close your mouth and swallow, and you feel that weird crunch and that weird just almost prickles inside your mouth. But
Yeah, the sand makes the word taste even nicer.
it is refreshing.
And I give you the water skin back.
Okay, so
Right. I'm going
So
sort
you-
of half hobbling.
Lead on, Sand Whisperer, and I'd like to use Bardic Inspiration to on Theron there as well.
Here on just
I'll
like.
I'll probably stay close to the, well, relatively close. So if I can hear if anything happens, but I'll let Theron go in first,
okay.
just in case.
Cheers, mate.
Well, if he doesn't want to go in there,
Yeah, I got it again.
Okay.
Not because Theron ends up dying.
So marching order. Theron?
Yeah.
And then who's going next?
I would probably imagine me and Gerald.
Okay, yeah, I'll say Tara's at the back. As you do see her, you see her like constantly looking back at the cart and it took
Come
so
on,
long.
Tara.
It took so long to mend.
Yes, I know.
As she follows you in, Theron, you get to this wooden trapdoor almost, and you see there's just like a it's almost like the top of a barrel that is just hanging with rope going into the sand, and then another end of the rope at the bottom. As you pull it, it just lifts up. And
Probably knock first.
Yeah, I'll trust him. He could have destroyed us. I'll just start making way down.
Okay.
I'm not even going to attempt to check.
okay, yeah, you open, and you
I'm
immediately
showing faith here.
yeah, the smell you get instantly as you poke your head in into this dark, warm, very warm space
What about
is
rosemary?
you do smell a very herbal note, almost like aniseed, but with some mint behind it as well.
Okay. Theron likes both
Yeah,
of those things.
so very calming and peaceful smell.
Ooh, or is it too calming?
But you begin to make your way through, and
Okay.
all of you bundle in, and it's a small crawl space, but big enough that like Rayloff, you just
Rayloff
go on your
gets up.
you go on
Make
your
a
hands
roll.
and knees. You nearly have the Winnie the Pooh moment where you just can't get your ass and your legs in, but you do manage to just like and just squeeze in and through.
Yeah.
But as all of you crawl through, and it's this very dark, damp, very warm, humid space. And as you get out of the crawl space and are able to stand up, it's this very tiny, almost, I'd say no more than 6 feet by 6 feet by, I'd say about 8 feet of this teeny little, like almost imagine like a large like one-man tent, but the inside of this space is all held by these like driftwood wooden beams and thatch and twigs pressed to the sides. You do see the sand on the outside, but it's all just kind of like some has leaked through the like cross hatches of the thatch and the sticks, and others have been kind of mixed with some water and just more turned into like a brick kind of clay substance to keep it well formed. You notice inside this small space, and it's very darkly lit, just one or two candles. You notice handmade, a small little handmade table and two stools. You notice to the back corner, or the back sort of like small little area, there's just a bunch of blankets, all tucked like in a egg or like more like circular pattern. The kind of pattern that, I don't know, for example, if you have like a dog and they start to spin round before they drop down and lay down to get comfortable, imagine what that blanket has done underneath their feet, just twisted up a little bit. You notice as you walk in, and that all that smell hits you. Those smells just hit your noses, and instantly your sinuses are cleared, and you kind of release a breath, and you can almost taste that really cool, refreshing mint smell as you exhale. And the only figure inside, you notice you see an elven torso, and below the torso, as this entity has sat down, I'd say, yeah, the head probably comes up to like your chest, Theron. And you see them kind of like that. It almost looks like they're kneeling down, but they're a little bit raised, a little bit higher up for kneeling. Yeah, as you notice like large blankets, and almost like a large poncho is just engulfing this entire bottom half, and it looks like they're kind of bundled up on the lower half in a bunch of blankets and just like keeping warm on the lower half. But you do notice this elven torso, and you notice a sort of slender chest of this male figure.
It was male.
Yeah. You notice though that the body in certain places just has these weird dark black and purple veins that just jut up. You notice as the upper torso is completely bare and barren, the body itself almost like looks slightly decrepit and frail. The arms don't hold much muscle. The skin tone of this elven figure, or this elven, the torso, you see the elven figure is just pale and almost as if they've never seen sun a day in their life. You notice the sharp, clean-shaven jaw and the dark green eyes with the large brown eyebrows that stick out of the sides of the face, just peer at all of you and slightly look up.
You mean they as in just him?
Him, yeah. Just him, yeah.
Okay.
Upon entering, I definitely mention, how does this place smell like a candy factory but look like my tomb?
And as you openly ask that, you just hear from the elf, "That's me." And you just see him point over to the small table, and it is complete driftwood. It's as basic as a design you can get, but it does look weirdly charming, same as all the sort of small, even though there's the lack thereof, pieces of furniture around. But you notice there's like a small little almost kind of like an urn and like a candle burner, but it's just set out, and you just see the greenest of herbs resting at the bottom under the heat, and just giving off a faint trails of smoke. And compared to the sort of like the amber shaded interior, the green almost shocks your eyes and is a little bit too intense in this space.
I walk up, sort of near him, but not too close. I'm sort of looking at him intently, and I sort of bring myself down to his level, sort of kneeling. I was like, "My name's Theron. What's your name?"
COVID.
What was that? Sorry.
COVID.
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 Oh, okay, Curvid. Nice to meet you. I've got to say, before we have any other conversation, your magical skill with sand is totally unmatched.
Thank you.
From one arcanist to another.
Magic, you do magic.
And you see like the elven figure like almost like lean down slightly, and you notice, at least Rayloff and Gerald, you notice as he hunches down, you can see each vertebrae of his spine just pushing his skin out, and he's that frail and thin as he just looms down to you, Theron.
What do you do?
I've got a few spells under my belt, but I'm currently trying to dabble with time magic.
Exciting.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of consequence to time magic, and it can go quite wrong. So it's always best to just like manipulate small little bits at a time. Like I mean seconds.
My guess. What are your names?
My name.
Hi, I'm Gerald. Sorry, Rayloff.
As Gerald's pointed out, I'm Rayloff.
Hi. It's so nice to have you, all of you here. COVID.
Is this your only type of magic out of interest, Curvid? It's very impressive, I've got to say.
Thank you. It's nice.
Out of interest, it's nice to meet you too. Out of interest, did you say I look familiar to someone you might know?
Tea. Tea. Would anyone like any?
I'm quite alright for tea.
Tea. Everyone has some tea.
And you notice the form twist, and as it twists, you notice all the blankets underneath its torso twist as well slightly. And he just leans over to the table, and you see like this small ornate teapot, and it's beautiful. It's almost funnily enough, to both Theron and Rayloff, you notice it's plastered with a landscape mountain design, and a few sort of silhouettes of wolves, and it has a very it has a theme of the Giant's Steps, a large mountain range that both of you know myths of within Yolderheim. And as it's cracked in places, but mended together with like a thin like amber layer. You can almost tell they've used like sand, water, and other things to make this kind of like gluey clay to piece it back together. And as they pour through the sort of like broken and chipped spout into three haphazard cups, like the cups themselves are completely separate. There's a wooden cup, a small teacup that matches the pot, and a small grey like steel goblet. and they just begin to pour in.
Did you say something about this is asking to DM not?
Oh yeah, okay.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, I just go, yes.
Did you say you had a purple vein or something along
Yeah,
the line?
you notice, especially as he turns, all across the back, almost like kind of like spider webs of veins, like like almost too vascular. And for you, I'd say with your passive perception and knowing. Can you roll a medicine check for me?
Okay. That's what I was going to ask.
Yeah. Just to see if you can identify anything or the cause or causation. 17. You've never seen this kind of affliction before, but you notice the striations of the veins just like splinter off like smashed glass, and you notice it's covering majority of his back, and some of them almost like claw around, as if it looks like these like poisonous and diseased veins are like latching around his hips and waist and grabbing him. You do notice a couple of the veins just like through his arms and across his chest and his clavicle and a couple up his neck. Just these deep black and purple veins that are like ever present. They don't pulse, they don't shift.
I'll look intrigued at the pot.
I'll take a minute. What I'll probably do is like, oh, you carry on.
Okay. Well, I'll just look at the pot. I'll be like, huh, that's a mighty interesting pot. It's rather northern in design.
Gift. It was a gift for good.
Who gave you the gift? Anyone of note?
And you just see Kurid is like pushing this pot right into your face, so you can see it's almost like pushing it against your cheek.
Yeah. Cool.
Good gift. Beautiful gift.
Beautiful design. Who gave you that gift? That's a rather nice teacup. A teapot, sorry.
Tea.
Tea. Give me a tea. Give me a tea.
Tea.
And the form like grabs all three, and it's like sort of large, lanky, like frail hands, and you just like see it shift, and all the blankets shift with the upper torso.
Tea. Tea. Drink it.
Has he
Look
got
at the
one
look
as well?
at the tea. Really.
Has he got one as well?
No.
Thank you for
Gerald.
this hospitality.
Yeah.
Gerald, roll a perception check or investigation. Completely up to you.
Well, just perception, really, on that.
Yeah.
That is 2 plus 7.
Okay.
Yeah.
The tea itself, a nice sort of gentle amber color, a little bit creamy. The smell itself is like a sweet honey.
Okay.
I
I'll
will
take a sip.
Yeah, I will also have a look to see if I can tell anything from it.
Okay. Roll a perception check.
I'll sort of put it up to my lips, and then I'll just be like, "Oh,
Huh?
who was the person who gave this teacup? Because I come from up north, a place called Giro.
Relif, what did you roll?
17.
17. It's a very nice smelling, nice looking honeyed tea. From what you can tell.
Well, you can tell at the end, she won't have it.
But you see the figure as soon as Kurid is like looking for all of you to drink, and like with a weird smile. As he smiles, you notice like what maybe once was a beautiful straight smile of pearly whites. A lot of the teeth are chipped in places and broken off, and just yellowed and slightly blackened at the gums.
Wonder if Terra can use mending on him.
You see Terra as well is just standing like at the back. Yeah, I'm good for tea. I'm going to the cart. And leaves through the latch. And you see
a sip of the tea.
Yeah, it's a very pleasant, mellow tea, sort of like acridness, but with that slight sweetness of honey, and it's easy. It goes down easily. And just as Theron questions more about the teapot or the location, you do notice Courage just after Terra has left, almost jolts back.
Hey. What? What have I done?
Girth.
Yeah.
Girth, and picks the teapot up.
North. That's where it goes. That's where it goes.
That's where I'm wet, sorry.
That's where you go. You. North.
That's
Friend.
where I go.
Go.
I take a big gulp of the tea. Why not?
You look like her.
And you see the hand just like reach out to your face slightly, and like the gangly long fingers.
I'll let him touch me, but reservedly.
You feel the sharp, uncut, almost curling, like oranged fingernails just glide down your cheek slightly and across your mouth and lips.
Pretty uncomfortable with this. What do you want, answers?
You prettier.
You've got an admirer.
You pretty. So much prettier than her.
And you see the hand just jolt out to your face again and just almost clasp it slightly. Gently, not forcibly, but just firmly.
And I'll just put my hand on his face and I'll just be like, oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at Rayloff, just get his attention a bit, just going like.
And you notice.
You'll see that Rayloff is not staring at you at all. He is just completely staring at the vein.
You notice
Sort of lost.
You notice Theron and Gerald as you're kind of looking over, but like just before you catch his attention to give him the Fruit Loop sign. Theron, you do see Courage's eyes kind of welling up slightly and getting a little bit hazed over as your hand is on his face.
And I'll just be like, her. Did she look familiar to me? Rather important, Herbert. Please.
And he takes his hand away and kind of leans back slightly.
And I take my hand away. I just give him a wry smile, I'm like,
Another gift. She gave us another.
And he moves again in the lower half under the blankets. And he leans over just past the table, and his body, you can notice, just stretches weirdly, unnaturally over, and picks up a small wooden box and opens it, and you notice a small metal pin of a wolf's head. Very familiar to you, Theron.
shit, son.
Gift. Her to me.
She gave that to you.
My favorite. It's my best. Gifted.
You know what? I'll let you keep it. May I just have a look, because that is the sign for where I come from.
Steal? No.
No,
No.
I don't need to steal it.
No, steal. No.
And
I
Kira
promise.
turns it around and just passes you the box.
And let's have a look at it. Can I pick it up and just have a... I'll just pick it up and I'll look around. Is there any signs of anything that is very familiar to me, or is it just a standardized pin?
Without any check. Actually, without any checks, it is so familiar to you, as you know this to be a crest pin of Geralf.
Yeah.
And it was, it was only ever given out to your family and high-ranking guards or commanders.
Okay, it was a...
Could I use the true seeing ability, please?
Yeah.
Just to see if anything changes on there. Because, of course, it reveals the true form of anyone altered by magic as well.
Okay.
Just in case that was there.
All right. You kind of blink, and you feel like this innate wave of almost like a sonar. And as it passes over everything, the space itself stays the same. But you notice Kurid is not decrepit. You notice no veins. You notice, albeit they're on their knees still looking to Theron, you can see a young, fairly attractive and pretty elven man. Like a gorgeous sort of just a little lighter beige skin tone. Beautiful brown hair, perfectly straight, that just comes down to just above the chest. Fine golden and red robes cast across this form, and a gorgeous smile and bright green eyes.
Okay.
That's true sight. What does true sight do again?
So
Truly are. Or...
You get to see normal darkness, magical darkness, detect all visual illusions. You can see original forms of shapeshifters or creatures transformed by magic, and you can see into the ethereal plane.
Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't really answer anything. But yeah. Okay.
Yeah. If you're trying to do any illusionary trickery, I can see it for what it actually should be.
Yeah, so it's something, but you don't know what it is. Okay. Well, I don't know that as a character. So
Yeah.
But as Theon, as you're looking down towards this crest, this sigil.
Yeah.
Kurid looks to both you, Rayloff and Gerald.
New friends. You are friends.
And as I'm looking at it, you'll just see like one tear come down, and I'll hand it back to Kurid.
Kurid.
You can keep this fella.
Cry. I cry.
Yeah.
Friend, not sad. Don't sad.
I know.
No sad. No.
Okay. Could you remember her name? Did she give you a name? Could I please have it? Not drink it. The name. It's just nice to know there's somebody out there who came from Geralt.
And you see the eyes peek up to you, Gerald and Rayloff.
Friends, tell us your story. Current. Where are you from? Sit.
Hi, Blood.
Down, sit.
I imagine I would already have to be sitting.
Yeah, you're kind of hunched in this. Well, no, you can fully stand in this space. At the plateau of it. It does go about 8 feet tall at the very center. Imagine like the inside of an igloo. Igloo in tents, just kind of like, weird form, but just comes up to that nice sort of rounded top.
Yeah, I'll sit down on.
Yeah, we'll approach a bit further, closer forward and sit. Well, I'm kind of from Spinetellen. Just exploring the world, meeting new people, interesting things.
Spine.
Spinetellen.
Where is that? Where?
Sort of middle south? No. It just sort of curves off on the edge of the continent across. As the name describes, very much like a talon.
You friend.
I'm from Yilderheim as well. It's just from a smaller settlement.
Gareth. Gareth.
No, I don't think he came from Geralt. But what I'll do is I'll minor illusion how Geralt used to look like in the palm of my hand, and just show him.
Would you like to describe what the small minor image of this kind of like overlook of Geralt looks like? Just a brief. What does everyone see in the palm of your hand? Just appears this small kind of like model town.
Yeah. I mean, high walls, guard towers everywhere. It's got a massive temple, sort of towards the center of the city. Well, town, and also there's a massive tree, which is like bigger than like 200 whatever houses. It just at the front gates of the city, it just rises up. This massive tree, sort of pseudo resembling like something like Yggdrasil or something.
Yeah. Awesome.
And there's also like towards the center city as well, where the temple is. There's also like a mound where the castle sits on top. Well, I can't really reveal that just yet. This is just about the model. And then there's a massive clock tower as well, just off the center, and it's really tall. I'm talking about stupidly tall.
Awesome. So all of you see in the palm of Theron's hand this small model of Geralt with the ever-growing and expanding tree in the center, the tallest almost skyscraper of a clock tower, and the mound of the castle at the far back, all surrounded in these quaint, large walls and guard towers. It looks homely, yet I would say it looks slightly intimidating, but it's more so built for the surrounding area, and it does look easily durable.
And I'll just show it to Ovid.
North.
Yeah, this is what the north looks like.
You look like her.
I do.
She looked like you. You're prettier.
Please tell me she didn't have a beard.
No. Clean.
Ah, she was clean. remember her name?
And he leans over and picks up the small box with the crest in again, and he opens up.
Livia came by.
Can you say that again? And you just see Theron sort of grasp his head.
She said hi. She stayed. Good. Stay here. Livia stayed with Good. A gift. She gave me a gift. Nice. She was so nice.
Yeah, she was really nice. She's my sister.
Crest, brother.
That was her gift to you. You keep it.
Brother, sister, you stay close. Just stay close.
And you can almost feel like Kurid is just pushing this box against your chest.
I'll just lay him for now, Laura.
Take.
I'll just pat him on the shoulder. I can't stay for too long. I have to find Olivia.
Leave. Don't.
No.
Don't.
Okay.
Me.
Okay. What if you came with us?
Yes. I will stay with you forever. We stay friends, family, all together. Yes. Friends.
I know, this is seeming weird, but I don't want the alternative to be a battle in this section.
We could definitely stay friends. Family. I'm not willing to marry you just yet. I don't know you well enough.
I'll just look at him. I'll be like, any friend of Liv's is a friend of mine.
Yes, friend. All friends. Friend.
Is his original form also so erratic, essentially, with his movements and stuff?
With True Sight, actually, yeah, no, what you see, and what you hear. Actually, no, because it doesn't go off of hearing, does it?
No, it just says sight, yeah.
Okay, as your normal sight is seeing this decrepit elf just losing his mind, you switch and you look through the eye again, and the very mild-mannered elf is smiling and slightly tearing up, and you do see them as they are conversing, as Kerr is conversing to all of you. Gerald, you see this, the golden and red robes, very elegant and regal, as they're on their knees still, and they're just leaning into Theron slightly, and a beautiful smile, and they are just very gently.
Okay.
Now, at this point, I'm trying to hold back any emotion because I obviously don't want to set him off.
Yeah.
That mark on your stomach.
Don't look. No.
Hey. Aren't we friends? You know Liv.
Friend.
I know
Big
Liv.
friend.
You know me. We're friends.
Friend.
Is there anything we can help you with? Is that natural? Is it a curse? Come on. We just want to help you if we can.
No, speak.
Okay.
Speak.
Okay.
No one this. No, don't look.
And you see,
Okay.
he reaches over and grabs like part of another blanket. It covers over like half his torso, just over that larger vein that is curling up his torso.
Friends. Curried friends.
Perfect friends. Yeah.
Curried friends.
Jared, what is a handsome young man like yourself doing in here?
Away. Just down in the sand. Sent away, far away from life.
And is it not a... Well, obviously you're hiding, but is it truly that bad?
Livia was friends carried first. So nice.
Yeah.
She 4 days with Garrett. Best days of my life.
Yeah. She was the kindest soul that I've ever met.
Friend, and you see his hands just reach out and grab either shoulder of you, Theon.
Not far. Not
Who's not far?
3 months. 3 months. Live here.
Three what?
Months. Days, weeks, months.
Yeah. I got it. Okay. Come on. Did she ever indicate where she was going? 'Cause I'd like to find her. I haven't seen her in many years.
Curry that.
Memory issue. Okay, I get it.
Tall steps. The wind ever winding into the clouds. Clouds big, white, fluffy. Magic, arcane, little tricks, false, arcane, twisting steps into the sky. Livia's going. Steps.
Okay, thank you. DM.
Yes.
Do any of those descriptions, like twisting steps, arcane, clouds in the sky, even resonate anything, especially the twisty steps bit?
The twisted steps. Let's have a look real quick.
History?
Yeah, roll a history check for me.
Uh, 15 plus 7.
22. You instantly remember from your teachings the thing that it clicks to most are the what are known as the astral steps. The astral steps, the sky steps, and it's a myth and a legend of at the very peak of the Carusian Pass. There will be, to those who are worthy and to those who are blessed, will find at the very peak, where the air is thin and no birds fly, the astral steps will appear to you and allow you to continue on your journey.
I was writing it down. I was like, thank you.
Friends, where we go?
I just tapped him on the shoulder. Perfect. Listen, would you wish to stay here? Okay. Well, would you prefer to stay here?
Friends, go.
Okay. Listen up. No dodgy business. I'm a man of the world. No dodgy business. I'm putting my trust in you, and I don't do that very often.
Trust in friends, trust me.
Here are the rules. Because of Liv, and she was really nice to you, which only means she had a reason to be. I'll be nice to you. At the first sign of anything dodgy, or you backstabbers.
Sam.
And you see him just lean back.
Friends, Sam, no. No, stop.
Okay. Is there anything that you need to take with you? And I was just wondering, is there any chance you could help us fix the cart? Do you know what do you have knowledge in apart from sand, or is it just sand? Sand. Okay.
Sand, golden greens above your head, beneath your feet is just under.
I will let you know. There might be places where there is no sand. Is that okay?
And Kura just points over to a small section, and you see a sort of you see 3 barrels, sort of large kegs, with the lids just partly off, full of just golden sand, with a large rope kind of tied around all of them and through them, interweaving them with a like the basically the ends of the rope are like left open to like tie around something.
So basically it's going to be Gara out of Naruto.
I don't watch it.
Control sand out of this little gourd.
Pretty much, yeah. Or what you can imagine.
Yeah. Okay then, let's go outside to Tara then. Anybody got any other questions before we go?
Why were you attacking everyone? If you want friends,
Stay. Not leaving. Talk. Family, love, heartbreak.
I'll you know what? I'll walk up to him and I'll just take him by the shoulders. I'll be like, I'll go down to his level and just like, could I have a look in your mind?
Friend, look.
And as long as you're willing to do it. What would you want to? Is there anything you want me to stay away from?
Friend, live here, friend.
And then I just place my hands just around his head there.
Yeah, you like kind of push the extended eyebrows in slightly as you cut the face.
Yeah. And I'll start with the surface level thoughts.
Okay.
Of detect thoughts. Yeah.
Okay. Because he is willing, the surface thoughts are his surface thoughts Wow. This is an absolute dream come true. I am so happy they stayed and talked to me. I have been lonely for months since Livia left me. Oh, isn't it just a joy to have these people with me, and I get to go with them. I'm so excited.
Yeah, and then I'll before I do it, I'll just be like, "Is it okay if I go deeper?" I don't know if you have any demons. You need to tell me now.
Friend, look, sand, feet, look.
Okay, here we go. I'm diving deeper.
As both of you Rayloff and Gerald, you see Theron like just touch foreheads before leaning back, and you see his eyes just glaze over to just pale white. And so do Courage at the same time, as they're both leaning heads back. Is there anything you guys want to be doing in this moment?
I will be taking out the notes that I was given about what I'm possibly thinking of what it is. And I will be going through what I know, if anything at all, from the notes, and see if there's anything that might signify something similar to that.
Okay. Gerald, are you doing anything while Rayloff is going through notes?
Oh,
No, I'll just watch it. Oh, could I also... From behind, is there any, like, passageways, holes or anything, or is this literally just this room and the
Just
door
this
behind
room.
us? Okay.
There's no trapdoors, there's no illusions, there's no hidden crevices or spaces, it's just this.
Okay. Now Gerald will sit there and we'll just sip on the tea for a second.
It's really pleasant, really pleasant. And Theron, as you delve deeper, you get flashes, just only flashes, as the mind is a little bit chewed up. It's not all there.
Yeah.
You see flashes of a young, brown-haired elven boy, born to a noble family, standing in front of crowds, smiling and tearing up with happiness. Another flash of a grown man, the elven man, leaning in to a beautiful elven woman for his first kiss. You then see the elven man chained to a rack, naked and panting, looking around in a dark dungeon. Another, and you see him looking down at his torso. And just grunting as you see a slender, pale hand gently pressing a purple blade deep between his ribs. And you see energy begin to surge, a deep poison between his ribs that spreads. You see one more. Your vision is upside down, looking at a cell, but weirdly the opposite way. You see a figure walking on the ceiling, for your perspective, walking on the ceiling, and you see this figure in a dark jet black robe with bright purple hair that swoops down again and contrasts against her green skin, the wide nose and the pointed ears. You see similar tattoos on the face and the features as of that of Githyanki.
Okay.
And you hear a voice. What are you doing up there? We will teach you again. And as you pull out of Courage mind, Rayloff and Gerald, while you're doing things, you notice beads of sweat pouring from Courage and you see just a couple beads pouring down the side of Theron's face as well as you come back.
And as that happens, I just grab the back of his head and I just lean him into a hug.
Yeah, and you notice the teary eyes full of pain, and as you pull him in, the underneath his lower half just kind of shifts a little bit, almost pushing you a bit off balance before he just snuggles in, and you just hear the most, like, I guess, pathetic and defeated grovelly snivels from Courage. and
I'll just whisper into his ear, it's like, I'll be okay.
And
Sorry.
just as you console him and hold him there, in a brief moment of silence while Rayloff goes through quick notes and papers, and Gerald just sips of the tea.
Just watching it like a TV show.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Just as Theron pulls him in and consoles him, a slight breeze rolls through, and you just hear a voice of terror. Are you done in there? I'm nearly done with the cart. It wasn't as bad as I thought. So, whenever. And she drops it, and you instantly you feel Courage face kind of look up over your shoulder, and Rayloff and Gerald, you both see this huge grin of joy and happiness through the yellowed, chipped, broken and blackened teeth, and tears streaming down Courage's cheeks. And that is where we're going to take a quick break and come back in just a little while to continue the journey and continue on from there, along with, maybe even with Courage following. To everyone that's watching, thank you so much for sticking around. It's been weird so far. But we're going to go to the bathroom and get some snackies, so you go do the same, and we will be back here in just a short while. Okay, as we come back into the game, the Companions of Fate concluded the conflict with the Sandgeists, but in the process, partly destroying their cart, and then very soon after, Theron, you were invited to speak with this creature, this entity that was behind all of the sand magic. And as you all entered, you found a diseased and frail elf, or elven male elf, and you very quickly learn that he has completely lost it. His mind is half there, half not, and as he forced some tea on you and told Theron of a wayfaring stranger that had stayed with him only a few months back, was actually his own sister. And after that, Theron, you delved deep into the mind of Curid, and you saw happiness and a normal life before it was broken and taken away and twisted into something horrific.
You can sympathise.
And just after you came out of that spell, you held him close to you, and all of you agreeing that he will accompany you for whichever leg of the journey that you decide. As Tara shouts in that she's nearly done with the cart and leaving you guys to finish up what you may need before all of you get going. So, as we are back in, Rayloff, as you were going through your notes and trying to discern anything, to you, it's completely different from anything that you have seen or heard of. The effect is slightly similar with that of like sapping energy and changing the creature in a sense, but the striation of it is completely separate and different to anything that you know or have heard of. Is there anything anyone wants to do just in this moment as Theron is just finishing up consoling?
I'd like to, on the sly, while I'm still hugging him or whatever, I just want to push the thoughts of what I gathered into Gerald and into Rayloff. So the experience, what I experienced, and before I do
Okay.
it, obviously, go on.
My question, how are you going to do that?
I've got just normal telepathy where I can just...
Telepathy where you can speak to them, if you have got telepathy.
Okay, I'll just describe it in the best way that I
Okay,
can.
yeah. So as Theron, as you're still in this hug and consoling, almost like a toddler who fell over and scraped their knee, you are, and you're the father figure just holding them in close. Curid is still just weeping into your chest, and Rayloff and Gerald, both of you begin to get very apt descriptions of this creature's history in vivid detail of what Theron had seen.
Right. So, good.
Friend.
Are you cursed or are you very good? And I'm also going to use Gift of Gab to... I'll spend the 2 gold.
Mhm.
And I'd like to just change it so that Rayloff and Theron just have Are you cursed? Just say... So they'll only hear Are you cursed repeated. But he's just going... Of course, Kirid's going to have that extra of Are you good?
Speak. No, speak.
Okay. Because I'll just go point to the eye and just be like, I can see.
we leave.
Yes, we leave.
As friends.
Friend.
And you see Courage kind of like just drag a small backpack, and you see him pick up the teapot. Put the teapot in the bag. Grabs all 3 of your cups and whatever's in there. And puts all 3 in the bag. You see him get a few rations, but he takes the teapot, he takes the herbs and the sort of like incense, like herb burner, I guess, and the cups, and he just looks to all of you.
No sand everywhere.
Sand isn't everywhere. I can't guarantee that it'll be there.
Grab.
Yeah. Rayloff, do you want helping with those barrels of sand I want to take?
And you see like the head just snap.
No.
Okay.
And this is like far enough that he has to stand up to go get it. And as the form stands up, you see his torso doesn't really move much, just elevates, and the blankets are on his lower half begin to just fall off. And as he stands, all of you see a large, jet black and grey arachnoid body with 8 long, gangly legs, sharp and spiked, all unfurl and underneath his upper torso, as only a couple steps, and he just leans over.
Sand.
And you notice he just puts it on his large arachnoid like back as it levels off, and he reaches under and kind of leans back, and you do see the bulbous belly of this arachnoid body, and it is jet black. You see striations of that purple just setting in around it of veins, and he ties off the rope underneath his belly. So then as he stands up, now standing at just about 9 feet or so, and you see his head like having to hunch down in this small space, and the 3 barrels are kind of like laid like that, and then one on top like a triangle, just 3 on top of his flat arachnoid back.
Like, wait here a minute. I'm just gonna make sure Tara's okay up there. If so, I want to explain that shit before he comes out. And I just, fine.
Friend, go. Where?
Coming back. You're coming with us.
I don't know where you're climbing, but you do crawl back through the small crawl space, and you open the latch up, and Tara's just finishing just casting the incantation on one of the wheels and just straightening out some of the spokes. And you do see the carriage is pretty much all back together, still at its rickety form, but all mended and back together.
All right, Tara.
Yeah. If you notice, cart's all done. Just me. Me alone, because I'm great. I'm
good work.
Pretty amazing. Yeah. So you can thank me later.
You need to explain some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just do the thought thing and try to explain the best I can. For brevity's sake, because I don't want just...
Okay, so he was tortured and now he's crazy?
Yeah, with arachnid legs and sort of body. But I was thinking...
Okay.
I was thinking... It seemed like some kind of purple poison blade, maybe.
Uh-huh.
In the vision. So, I was just wondering, you're a druid, I was just wondering, could you at least Luke and see if we can maybe heal him.
Yeah.
I probably think that we won't be able to.
If
Not without some considerable effort, and it might be too far gone, and he might even go super crazy, and we have to kill him at some point.
sure, if he's okay with me getting that close, I can have a look.
Well, if we take it one step in time, and we can see what we can do.
Yeah, sure.
Because hopefully he could still control sand if we healed him, and if not, we'll just have to keep an eye on him. But I totally sympathize with him.
Okay. Yeah, sure. Okay. And also the cart. I mended it all.
Yeah. Again,
After
the cart's really good.
after your new friend smashed it. But
Yeah, but we have now the power of sand.
well, I'm amazing, and now we have a cart.
That is true.
Look,
I'll go get it.
even Mogwai helped out, and you just see like Mogwai standing on top of the carriage. Yeah,
Oh,
good buddy.
And then I start walking off towards the hatch, and I'm like, oh, by the way, it was revealed. My sister's still alive. And just carry on walking.
Okay. As you go back in,
Yeah.
Rayloff and Gerald, when Theron leaves, is there anything you want to do or say while he's gone?
No, Gerald's got to be like the next person to go.
Yeah,
He's
straight away.
like, right, time to go.
And Rayloff, you're muted by the way. You're standing, and the roof is close to your head. But you see as Kurid is stood now with his arachnid body and the 8 legs, not stretching but just at rest. He's about, how tall are you? I think you're about 7 foot, right?
7 foot, yeah.
Yeah. Just about 2 feet taller, and is just looking down at you.
Huh. So that's what being shorter feels like.
Friend, we go.
Here we go. Let's try and crawl.
Yeah, easily. Again, nearly Winnie the Pooh it again, but you just straight out the hole. And you make it outside to where Tara and Gerald are. Theron, are you passing back in, or are you just staying out and waiting for Kurid?
Oh, yeah. If they're already coming up by the time I'm getting there, then yeah, I'll let them get out and I'll wait for Kurid to...
Okay.
You'll see me as I get out and just go. Just completely majestically.
You then notice...
Take full damage. No joke.
You then notice like the hatch open, and almost adeptly and just really almost like a horror scene, through this small hole you see the large arachnid form and the upper body peek out, but the arachnid form kind of shrinks slightly, and you just see the long gangly legs and just like crawl out from this small space, and you're in a moment you almost don't believe that something that large could fit through that crawl space, but it did, and it's just nightmare fuel.
Is it similar to the husks, or is it sort of a different?
Completely separate to the husks.
Yeah.
Just in that moment, Tara goes, "Oh, by the light of Taratai, what is that?"
Friend.
And as he just starts saying friend, the legs all the way over to Tara. And and he just grasps the side of her face.
And I'll just be like, Terror, remember? See what you can do.
Pretty friend. So pretty.
And you see
That's
Tara.
gonna be his lift.
You see Tara just kind of like, just like weirded out. Okay, I'm gonna have a look at you. Okay? and you just see like Kurd is just amazed by this form and this creature. Okay then, and starts having a look. Gerald, since you've got Terra's sheet, could you roll a medicine check for me, please, with advantage?
Sorry, I also removed that part. Didn't expect to have, I think. Oh, cool. Double eights, don't matter. 12.
12. You do notice, or Terra does notice, that albeit it's fairly, it's not natural. It's not a natural affliction or even a natural curse. As she starts explaining, she just begins to talk, just murmur to herself about the poison being man-made. There's nothing like this kind of affliction, you do notice as she peers around. This is weird. I can do something, or try something. Maybe. I haven't.
Gaze permission first.
Huh?
Gaze permission first.
Oh. Can I try something?
Friendly. Try.
Okay. I haven't really tried this out yet. And she just reaches into the bag and pulls out this gorgeous, weird, like tiki style staff that is, it's gorgeous, and it's got like like the wood winds slightly and twists, but it's got this sort of like very like African tiki sort of design with different like little faces going up it, and she just takes it out. Okay, let's try. And you see this arcane, this green energy just begin to seep out in the smoke. And as it just barely reaches Kurid, it turns from a smoke to just effervescent energy, and it begins to just wrap around, almost mummifying him in this green arcane, arachnid legs and all over him. And it takes a moment. It's just, I hope this works. And the arcane energy begins to wrap around as Tara uses, if you want to note down, or just make a note, but I'm sure Tara's watching anyway. Actually, I'll click it. She's going to use 2 charges, and I've already clicked on them, 2 charges of the Staff of Healing to try and use a lesser restoration. And as it wraps around and wraps around almost infinitely so, and after a moment goes by, it then just all of it just like stays there, and you hear Kurt before the energy just sinks in to his form and reveals the flesh, the arachnid body, the 8 legs, all of him as if unchanged. And you just see Tara standing there with a staff aimed towards him. Hello? And you see Kurd look down.
Yes.
Hi? You okay?
I feel different.
In a good way?
Everything is clear.
And you see, just in comparison, from the sort of like 5.5, 6 feet tall Terra to the 9 foot tall arachnid, Alvin humanoid, four of the front legs just all go down, so he can kneel and furl and just curl up under the body. As he looks down,
Thank you so much.
and just takes Terra and gives a huge hug. And Terra's at least going to, like, after she takes away from the hug, okay, just give one look at you, okay? And just begins to, like, look into his eyes and around. Gerald, would you like to roll another medicine check for Terra with advantage for me, please?
So I gather his mind is a little bit clearer than before.
And that is 14. That's
14. Terra begins to mumble again, and happier, she begins to point out that she was able to get rid of one part of the curse, and just affected or barely affected the second part, as she begins to point areas which were before just webbed with purple veins that are faint or fainter. Some have completely disappeared. There's still a lot around the midsection and the back, but some of them have faded, some of them have disappeared. And you notice, Theon, you notice just as you look and listen, he's able to reply clearer, concise. There's no, more lucid and copacetic.
And I'll just turn to Tara, and I'll be like, so, thank you.
Now, was that thank you for the cart or for this?
Let's say both.
Okay.
I mean, you can roll an insight.
Yeah, she's going roll insight. Joel, can you help me out?
not 23. That's
Oh.
the high one.
Okay then. From the inside, I just meant with the.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She just looks at you and, I'll wait for the other thank you. Otherwise you'll have Mogwai to answer to. And you see Mogwai next to her.
Okay, thanks for the card.
You're welcome. So?
But anyway, what I was going to say is there a chance, do you reckon, that it'll keep on spreading even though we've...
I don't know.
Let's be honest, it probably will. We'll probably need something like a greater restoration or something, maybe.
Maybe, or something else. But for now,
True.
we'll...
He's clear of mind, so it's a good thing.
You talk about me as if I'm not here.
No, we're just trying to make sure you're better than you were before.
I can tell you that I am fine. I am better.
Are we still friends?
And you just see the gaze cast over all of you. And for a moment you feel the atmosphere grow tense.
Okay, I'll
You know what? The madness was less unsettling.
You know what? I'll ready.
Allies of mine.
Oh,
That
down
is
to
what you
allies,
are.
have we? Friends to allies. Oh no. Come on.
You helped me in this. I cannot thank you enough. We are still friends.
Okay, I'll take that.
Livia,
Yes. my
she
sister.
looked after me 4 days.
Yeah, she was a very kind soul.
She left 3 months ago. Spoke of the spiraling steps.
I imagine she gave you that pin on purpose. In hope that I'd come this way, and I don't know why or how she'd know that.
Did I give it to you just now?
No.
Or no?
No, I left it with you
In that case,
as a memory.
she asked me if I see another Gustafsson, this goes in their hands.
And he just leans like his whole arachnid form down to sort of level with where your hands are.
Take it.
Are you sure?
It is from family to family, not to strangers.
Okay. I'll take it from him, and instantly you just see me like just move to one side and just sort of go to think on my own.
Alright. Gerald and Malef, is there anything you guys are doing?
I'd have look. Has Tara brought the horses back together, or is that Serrano, or she just mended the cart?
Just mended the cart.
Yeah.
I'm assuming the
I'd have to
horses
go
are
to-
dead then at this point.
No,
Well, it's only been a few minutes.
yeah, no, the 2 horses and the 1 pony are fine.
Okay.
The other pony is dead and trampled about 60 feet back.
Then
Yeah.
I will turn back to Curd,
I'll be gathering the horses and the pony.
Alright.
and I'll just be like, "Thank you. You have no idea how much this actually means."
I can understand some,
Yeah.
but I do appreciate you spending time with me.
Hey, I'm actually being genuine. If Liv was your friend, then I swear to God, I will do good by you as a friend. As long as you treat me with the utmost respect and be a friend to me as well.
She would never silence herself when talking about you. The big brother she idolized. I thought it was so sweet.
Be honest with you, I've always been a bit of a prick.
She said that too.
Yeah.
I'm waiting
Well,
to see that.
Didn't take long.
Hey,
Give it less than a day.
Your
But
allies are funny.
I'm one of those kind of people. I don't give a shit about anything. But when I am loyal, I'm loyal.
He's
And I
going
love
right.
Liv.
He's going to roll an insight check.
Yeah, that's fine. See what you're squeezing out of it. Go on.
5.
No.
He just like looks at you a second before turning to the rest of you.
So, you are all in agreement of me joining?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like I said before, as long as you're not trying anything dodgy, as long as you treat us with respect. Hey, I'm not judgmental. You've got legs or anything. You got legs to hey, you know what I mean?
I don't like being like this.
I'm not saying that you do. In the current predicament, you don't really have a choice until we can find out a way to either reverse it, stop it, or help you.
You all want to help me.
Yeah, as long as you're not a dick to us.
I don't intend on being anything I'm not.
We'll make sure that you don't. That's all fine. That's all good.
I do want to say thank you for talking to me. I'm sorry about before. I didn't want you to leave. I wanted someone to talk to. It's been so long.
No, I know. And with the sand thing, I've got to say, you're pretty handy. Did you get it? Because you had a giant hand. No? No.
What?
It was a rubbish joke. Okay?
Please stop doing those.
I probably won't. I'll be honest with you.
So where are you going now? Where are we going to?
To the docks.
Which docks?
Yeah, to the south. We head there, then... What, are we heading north?
I would assume we find out more of some pirates.
We'll actually turn to Kurid, and I'll just be like, out of interest, I know we are more accepting of you, but the truth of the matter is, some normal folk aren't going to be
They
as
will run in fear. I already know that.
Yeah, I know. I'm just so we're clear. Just so we're clear.
I understand perfectly well of what to expect.
Okay. As long as you're good with that.
I have one question for any of you. Other than just transport, do you have any business or any other business in Bramblecrest ports?
I can't say that we do. It would depend on if we can find more information on the pirates there, I suppose.
You won't mind if I grab myself a few things?
Certainly.
No, that's fine. Do you
I
have an idea of how long it might take? Just so, if we do need to leave straight away.
moments.
Before he goes to collect the stuff, with telepathy, I'll just send him a message going, you ever need me? I've got your back.
And you hear, just as Kurid kind of turns and begins to just partly snake into the small hovel, just to grab a couple extra things before all of you are to leave, you hear it just in your head.
As do I.
And he quickly snakes in. Is there anything you guys want to do while he's grabbing the last couple things?
What?
Hey, I just saw...
Actually, what I'll do is I'll use Glutton's fork and chuck a bit of sand in.
Yeah, sure.
Glutton's
Yeah,
fork
as you
and-
tap
yeah.
some of the sand and you pick it up. Mmm.
Amazing. Gritty as fuck.
Yeah, gritty as fuck. It's sugary and sweet, but it's gritty. Gerald.
Darren,
Yeah?
with our newfound ally,
Are we?
it's probably easier to disguise them
I'm just...
in the back of the cart.
Yeah, but I mean... I don't know if he's too heavy or... I mean, are we really taking him?
Yes, well, Theron has agreed to it, and now we're stuck with it. But more, I could take the Doom Whisper. Make it a bit easier, at least.
Yeah, that's okay. Have you heard that name before, though? The, what did he say, the port, Bramblecrest?
No. I came in from more northeast way.
But why, and just pointing to the hovel, why would he know of the names if he's been hiding?
he had to get here somehow. He is from the north.
I'll just like be like, I did send him a message saying I got his back, and he did send me a message back, which means he's able to use telepathy as well on some level. So he might have surface thoughts.
Okay. What if he's lying, though?
Yeah, that's also true. I did say to him, though, if you're a dick,
He could have killed us instead whilst he was mad. He didn't.
if it does happen,
They'll
let's
just
make
see if
sure,
he doesn't kill us this time.
let's make sure we're not in sand and get rid of his barrels if anything like that happens. But
Well, the cart should do fine for now. Probably got, and I've got a sheet up there. I was just going to roll a survival check. 15 plus 7. Nice, 22. We've got about a day and a half left, maybe 2, and we should be at. Well, I was going to say the docks will be at Bramble Crest Port soon, so.
Oh, Raylov, I just thought. How does it feel being small for once?
Yeah, it's weird.
It's like doubly intimidating for me, but it's all fine.
Wait, did you not feel how it was to be small when we were with Bar?
Yes,
Yeah.
but that was kind of... Bar's just as wide as he was tall, really. This is more of a lean tall, you know?
Really creepy tall.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
much prettier in his elfin form.
Really?
what do you mean, open form?
Oh, yeah, forgot to mention. The, eye. I sort of saw his normal, what he should look like. It's pretty good.
Okay,
So,
at least we've got something to aim for. Getting back in his original
so what you're
form.
saying is that what happened to him is magic.
I did try to
Possibly.
precisely send you the message.
Hmm.
Yes.
As in like more, because from how you would describe, I would have thought more. Well, I guess a curse is technically magic, isn't it? But poison would be some sort of disease.
Yeah, but it could be a cursed poison.
Yeah.
That'll be fine. Plus, if he's more intimidating like that, it'd be great.
Okay, so how are we getting on with the cart then with him? Because
It's a
he's going to
nine-number.
fill out majority of the back. I mean, me and Mogwai can be up front, and maybe
He
one other
killed
person.
pretty well before.
How often can you summon that horse, Theron?
I could probably do it right now. Let me have a good old look. Look. Yeah, I can summon him. Yeah.
How many times could you?
Ooh. Verbal smarty plus 1 hour, 30 feet. Casting time, because it's a ritual, 11 minutes.
How?
And I've got 3 of those level spells.
Well, if it's a ritual, it won't use the spell slot, will it?
No,
Oh, doesn't it?
no, not if it's ritual cast.
Oh, so I've just been using a spell slot anyway.
D&D. We love it.
Okay. Yeah, it takes 11 minutes. So I could technically, and it lasts for an hour. And in an hour you can do 10 miles in an hour, or 13 miles fast-paced. So I could technically 11 minutes, however many you want, but then it cuts the time off.
Yeah, so you'd have about 50 minutes to make some distance.
Yeah, and then you'd have to do the maths
Yeah.
for the 10.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah, but it's up to you guys.
Or he could just use the other Doom Whispers we have.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If he's on our side, he could use a bit of a sand push, plus wind or whatever it is that gets it going. And
I'm fine with anything, just as long as we get going and we get out of this wasteland.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And I'll just instantly just sort of tuck my legs in, sort of half float, and you'll just see magic circles just come up, and my arms start glowing. My eyes go like bright green and like greenish blue, and I'll just be like, I get my phantom steed out. I might as well.
Okay. Yeah. So you begin ritual casting, and as you do, you sit down and cross your legs, and you slightly begin to levitate as the symbols that you drew just begin to light up and complete the circle around you before under your legs is the celestial steed of Kronos with the galaxy-like eyes and the small plates of armor around as well.
If he's taking that time to do that, Gerald's gonna dig around him and make like a little moat, and is gonna almost start building a little sandcastle wall around him as best they can.
As you finish that sandcastle just before Theron is about to finish his casting,
Make an attack roll.
you hear the little latch just lift up as Kurid comes back out, and he has a little backpack on, and he's got the 3 barrels of sand strapped to his arachnid back, and you see he's got this almost like this leather-bound harness that just goes across from shoulder to waist and wraps around, and you notice on his elven back he has a long, like, curved elven blade in the sheath. It looks dusty and covered in sand, but
I hope he's a blade singer. That'd be an arachnid elven blade singer.
But you do notice as the large form comes out.
Am I going in the cart then, or walking with all of you?
You can go in the cart, and then we can use the blankets to hide you, so you look more normal.
Yes, just someone kneeling in the back of a cart.
And as the spider legs just step through, Gerald, one gets near your feet, and you just kind of step back, and your sandcastle. As the large arachnid form gets on the cart, and as he curls his legs in to begin to like go down, and he begins getting like one large sort of poncho blanket that he can wrap around his waist, and it kind of drapes enough to hide the body. The arachnid body, even with the legs curled, fills up from edge to edge easily of the cart, and you've got about 2 feet at the end or in front of him of the cart where 2 people could probably sit on either edge.
Here's DM.
So we've got.
Oh, wait, what are you going to do? So you ain't fitting in the cart now.
Railov could fit in.
Could he? What?
Yeah.
What with 2 feet?
There's 2 feet of space on either, depending on where whoever wants to sit, in front of Kurid or behind at the back. So, yeah, you could sit on edge and edge. You can sit one person here facing each other, and then Kurid's in the center, like forward, because he is taking up from edge to edge of the cart. But behind him, for example, you've got about 2 feet of cart left, so then you could probably sit on one edge or the other, or just on the back on the floor with your legs hanging off if you want.
Okay, well, Theron just sort of playfully slaps Kronos and like, "Are you ready, boy?" And then I just get on Kronos and I'm like, "See you, suckers!" No, I'm joking. Tempted though.
You see Tara climbs up and onto the one of the front seats. Mogwai just like gets up on the seat, turning around to stare at Courage. And Courage just looks down.
You're the cutest thing I've seen in years.
Apart from my sister.
Who could forget that pretty face? Not as pretty as yours, Theron.
Well, that's true.
And you see Mogwai just and just very nicely and gently sit back down on Tara's lap. Rayloff, are you joining me here or at the back?
I'll get on. Just scoot over some shoulder, not obviously not shouldering off, but like sort of pushing across.
Oh, what, to Tara?
Yeah, it's fit on the front.
Yeah, as she kind of like squeezes in slightly. Okay, are we ready to go? Okay.
Give it a go.
And the horses begin to lurch forward, and with Gerald on the Doom Whisper and Theron on his steed, on his arcane steed, you all begin to make your way and travel through along the Gunda Pass, which is the main roadway that falls south out of Brenton.
What sort of time of day is it?
Right now, you're getting to late evening, as you are as after the interaction, probably around the midday time. You do continue traveling. Is there anything anyone wants to do along this fairly? I would say there's no conflict or you're unimpeded as you go along the Gunda Pass towards Bramble Crest ports.
I mean, I would attune to my items, but I'm on a horse, so yeah.
You can still do that, especially because you are going to be settling down to rest. The rest of the journey is going to take. Actually, can I get? I could roll, but Gerald, could you roll a survival check for Tara? And Rayloff, can you roll a survival check for yourself as well, please? Just so for the next 2 days to see how quick the journey can be.
Natural 20 on Tara, so that it's 27.
Nice.
I was 24.
Fucking A, okay.
Nice.
So,
I rolled a 19.
So the next 2 days of travel very quickly turn into 1 day. And after settling down for the night, getting some stew together, small talk with Courage, nothing crazy yet. As you can tell, he's still a little bit, he's getting used to this clearer mind. And you push on in the morning and you continue on. Is there anything anyone wants to do while you're traveling?
I'm going to change over my achievement from the Wayfarer's Last Note to the Cloak of Arachnica.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know it's tongue twister, right?
Whereas Theron's just in his own mind thinking about all that's gone on.
Yeah.
So he doesn't even. His horse is like kind of off to the side, looking sullen, just thinking about what is, what if, what could be.
Yeah.
The usual time made shit.
Yeah. The usual depressed
Past,
anime.
present, future.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anime
Past,
protagonist.
present, future, conundrum. Yeah.
Okay. And Rayloff, is there anything you are doing while you are traveling for the next only 1 day to make the entire Gunda Pass?
I'll probably just be inspecting some of my weapons, just making sure they're as good as they can. I can make them.
Yeah, you get a whetstone out and you begin to just start slightly sharpening your halberd on the odd chance that you get while you're checking over the maintenance.
Yeah. I'll probably look at the dancing scimitar, sort of raise the whetstone to it and go, it's probably not going to do anything, so I'll sort of just put it back.
Yeah.
Sort of like just disappointed, just...
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm going to just go back around, just chopping and some of the other things.
Okay.
I will drink also 2 of my vials actually during it.
Okay.
Like once during the evening, and then we'll go sometime midday of the next day, actually.
Okay.
How many rations would we have used?
2.
In the night? 2.
Sorry, in the night it would be 1 each.
Okay.
Except for Currid, because Currid brought his own.
Oh, okay. So I probably would have made food for everyone using a ration each then, I would just say.
Yeah. So, copy that. So put that over for the 1, and then, for the completion of the 1 day that you were already on. So that's 4 rations. Oh, sorry, 3 rations from you and then 1 from Currid, but we'll just say for you 3, and then another 3 for the end of the next day of travel, and you're pretty much...
Okay. Yeah, I'll take it off of my rations just for the sake of...
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I had 22 on me, so...
Okay.
At one point you see Theron just kissing the pin, and then sort of putting it on his scarf. Fair enough.
And as all of you continue the journey in the early hours of the morning, just in the distance you hear a ding 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 of a bell being rung in the distance.
Matching myself. No, I'm joking.
And as you approach and the sun is just barely cresting over the horizon, you begin to wander into Bramblecrest Port, a small shoreline village with small businesses and hovels. Most of them are made of like fine wood and carpentry. Other buildings that are closer to the docks, a little bit more driftwoody, makeshift kind of huts. But you notice the weirdly extravagant sprawl of cobblestone across the entire road and the entire grounds of this small town. You notice creatures of all different ilks, dwarves, elves, tieflings. You see a couple of dragonborn. You see the odd tabaxi, and you notice a lot of the people who are talking are either, you can tell they've either known each other a while or they're in business with each other. And you get the sense that as you wander into Bramblecrest Port, you notice that it's very business driven. It's trade orientated, and it's not like a bring your family and settle down. It's here are your wares, or here's my wares. This is what I'm selling. I'm either going to sell it or I'm going to box it up and sell it to someone across the seas. You know.
Okay. Theron takes great interest in this.
But you begin to walk past all of the eyes that are looking up at you, not invasive, just curious. And you get to one of the main courtyards that separate the more touristy, just the entrance and the market, and the docks. As you notice, between the docks and the market, you've got multiple bollards and posts that are set in the stone, and they have large chains that wrap along those posts, and you've got the odd wayfaring guard or self-appointed guard of the border between the market and the docks for anything trade related or travel related.
Who were you after then? I forgot his name.
Wasn't he like a Mido, wasn't he? Mido. We'll go with Mido.
Yeah, why not? Let's see what happens. My mind's not focused at the moment.
Well, remember, if it's Mido, don't say he. It's a woman. We learned that.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Yeah, thanks, Sarah.
As
Again.
You all hear a voice. Stop where you are. And you just see a fairly broad-shouldered human in front wearing brown leathers and a very nice like white dress shirt that
I'll
lead
just be
down.
like, stop where you are.
Okay, you're a funny
Who are
one.
you? Who are you?
What does it matter to you?
Well, you've just asked us to stop, and we don't want to stop.
I'm one of the guards of the dock.
Okay, so how does it go?
Well, you state your business, you let me know if you've got anything illegal with you that you might be trying to look to trade or to smuggle. If you're looking to trade, then you're going to have to sign some papers of what contents you're trading.
No.
And if you're trying to smuggle over, then you just give me a few coin and then you can pass.
I'll just chuck a gold anyway. Oh, man.
They just... Right,
I'll just be like,
what are you smuggling?
nothing. We're just here as persons, trying to go about a business, get on a boat, and set off. I'm just giving you gold, just for the generosity of it.
Very well, that was very kind of you. So, what captain are you looking for then? Or what ship?
We're searching for Mido. With
Yeah,
Never
me
go.
though.
Provider?
I will pull out the, not a recommendation, but I can't remember what exactly.
I know what you're on about. I know Tara has them in the bag right now. But I'll say as she does pull out the signed letter of to inform. Yeah. Basically, to give the lawkeepers permission and for him to vouch for all of you on this trip. Right. Okay. Are you really going to travel with me, though?
Okay, give the deets. What do we gotta watch
No.
out?
No. That would ruin the surprise, wouldn't it? If you're going,
Another gold.
I wish you all the luck in the world. All the luck of Valdur straight to you. But I'm sure you'll have fun.
Whoa. I just chucked you an extra gold. Give me some deets.
No. That would ruin the surprise.
I'll chuck him another gold. Give me some deets.
I'm here all day.
Yeah, I want the 2 gold back.
You're not getting it.
We'll see. And I'll just stare at him as we move on.
Well, would you like to leave your carriage and horses or whatever the fuck these things are and your pony in the stables that we have here? Just so when you return, if you do return, then they'll be here for 2 silver for the day.
You're paying.
No, I'm not. You need to go to the stables and pay them.
I want my gold back.
Or you shouldn't have thrown at me then.
I wasn't. I was simply trying to chuck it to the floor and you grabbed it out of midair.
Roll a deception check with disadvantage.
A deception check?
Yeah.
Why deception?
Because you're lying.
Can't even fucking see. I've got no light.
Why deception? Oh no, because you're fucking lying to him.
Disadvantage?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
While this is going on, can I have a look at
You're admitted to
Oh,
it.
that's even worse. No, I don't even know what deception is, but I rolled a 7, so probably not. It's probably like -1 or something.
Okay. As he's staring you down, rail off.
Oh, +1, so 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rail off.
I'll have a look around to see what sort of how everyone's seeming, as if it seems more tense or if it's more just as it's going on.
Roll a perception check for me, please. And in this moment, Theron, he just goes, huh, yeah, whatever. So go to the stables if you want this to be rented. Just fair warning though, there is a 21-day contract for it. So if you pass over the 21 days, then they get sold or killed and eaten. Whatever floats your boat, really.
I was asking him, like, what's your name?
My name.
Yeah.
Deal.
What?
Deal.
I'll insight that.
All right, roll insight.
What do you want to roll?
I didn't believe him after him nicking gold. Oh, +6. 13 +6.
19. Nice. His name is Deal.
Okay, that's fine. I'll note that down right now.
Good. Rail off.
Because I'll be back for him if we come this way.
Rail off. What did you roll for perception?
21.
21. You look around, you notice that it's a very fast-paced little town where as more people are focused on trade, lifting boxes and getting them stocked up and onto ships, as opposed to... There's not really too much time to dawdle around here. You see the eyes are like looking all around, but more interested on what you could possibly give them, or what what opportunities could lay ahead if they were to approach you. Or you do notice a couple eyes from a goblin and a small halfling looking all of you up and down and fixating on your coin purses.
Yeah, like you're fairly interested out there on throwing gold around
So
like it's
similar to Zerg, then I would imagine similar sort of very money centric.
At least for this town, it's not super money centric. It's more like lower end of living, like trade town where stock and boxes of things just get passed through without anyone getting any rewards from it, or really do much. It's pretty much bottom of the barrel kind of town where you work, you live there, you die there. You could sail away, but there's a high chance that you won't make it back, depending on the seas or where you go. So it's a niche little offshore town.
Stay where you are, make the most that you can.
Yeah.
By any means necessary.
And just as you continue to look around, and Theron, just after Deal spoke to you about the contract for the horse and everything,
Yeah.
just as all of you look out over the town or this small little part of the market and just past, and you see the docks just a few hundred feet away, and you see a couple galleons, and you see a couple barges and a few individual sailing boats, and then a fairly sizable ship that is partly painted this weird mossy green colour where the paint is like chipping off in places, and it's this weird array of different ships and vessels of the business their own. And just as you're looking out, Theron, in your head you hear a voice snake into your mind.
Ooh, snake. Okay.
Dear boy, I'm very glad that you have gotten to your destination safely. Although I still am yet to receive word that you have completed the final and one of our last letters together. However, I have a package headed for the Cutfane Islands. I need you to retrieve it from the Tinkers.
Your pardon? What did you say, sorry, again? Could you spell that for me?
TINKURS.
Tinkers. Okay. Package, yeah.
To the west side of Bramblecrest, Do not open it. Do not look inside. I very much look to hearing word of its arrival in the Cutvane Islands. Do not disappoint me.
And that is where we are going to leave tonight's episode and come back next week to continue the journey through Bramblecrest and beyond onto the seas throughout Valdur. What a weird fucking episode.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's
A quick question.
yeah.
Where are we actually heading to with the actual mission that we're going on now?
That's up to you guys.
Oh, so we get to choose where we're going?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it could be the Cutvane Islands. Okay.
Yeah.
I'll put that down.
But yeah, my
By the way, there's no way that I'm not going to try to look in whatever that you said.
Oh,
not
I know.
Oh, dickhead.
I know.
Why would you do that to Theron? And then you go and plan something so when I open it, it tries to destroy us. Okay, yeah, alright.
But
Oh, I am away for the next episode.
yes. But
then I'm
we
actually
will-
in for stupid amounts of
yeah, so we will be catching up. But to everyone else, or to everyone that's been watching, thank you so much. It's been a really weird fucking roller coaster. But we very much look forward to the next one. So with all that said and done, thank you very much for watching. It was a lot of fun, and we'll see you next time.